And the Japanese Grand Prix is go! And it is go!
Wow, a fantastic start.
Trying to go through on the inside, and it's hammered immediately! This is amazing!
Well, that looked a bit hairy, didn't it?
And here we look at the first lap accident.
He caught him unawares. He was caught napping then because he didn't move over to defend his face. And look at this.
So on the apex of the corner, got a little bit wrong, turned in a bit tight, got a bit of a mess, and that was unfortunate. That was really a mistake of concentration there. A little slip of concentration.
For his own sake, he should have stayed out.
What a gaggle behind. Tremendous train of cars. This is the midfield battle.
Just trying to make up for lost ground after turn one.
And he's off!
He should be able to get past Holds to the inside there, hoping to hold him off, but no avail.
And we are now on the second lap. Well, there you can see the gap. Gigantic crowd here as ever. They filled every grandstand seat. Over the line now, 2 laps completed.
The margin up front is 2 seconds.
Just seems to be inching away a little bit.
Goes wide here, see, got wide there.
things are starting to look a bit static.
Again, I suspect he'll take his time about sizing up the situation because he can still see them at the front of the race. He's not worried as yet about them building too much of a lead, but it's time to start getting down to work.
The first three are now pulling away slightly. And up he goes. And the gap is 3 seconds now.
I think the tyre stops could decide this race. They'll be happening from roundabout.
Predicted time was around lap 13 to 14.
Whoops. Oof.
Boy, that looked a bit hairy, didn't it?
The Ferrari running wide. It runs very wide again.
Oh! Wow, 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 wow.
Now, here is the replay coming up.
Let's have another look at this.
And he skated off the circuit. The wide tyres enabled him to ride straight over the gravel.
And this is where things just go a little bit awry.
Now, and watch out for the back kick.
And here you see the mistake. Well, he'd made the mistake at that point.
And there's the replay spin.
He'll pick up a lot of stones driving through the gravel trap there. And the worry is whether he's flat-spotted those tyres with that big high-speed spin. If he hasn't done that, then he'll recover and everything will be fine.
Now he's got to regain that lost ground.
And that was 11.7 seconds according to my stopwatch, 12.5 according to the organisers.
And his tyres are starting to go off just slightly.
Tyre management is going to be absolutely critical. You can't just set fat slap and wreck the tyres. That ain't going to last long.
Does that mean to say that tyres are worn?
Goes wide.
And off he goes, and on to the outfield, onto the soft stuff.
He'll pick up a lot of stones.
Well, there you can see the gap.
As Will told us in that nice piece earlier, just about every team has come with some form of upgrade, whether it be front wing, rear wing, with ducting. Ferrari is one of those teams. They're admitting that they've had major wind tunnel problems with calibration, and they're going to do something about that. Meanwhile, trying to develop and improve this car week in, week out.
Lap 8.
Those tyres must be a bit of a question mark.
Yeah.
Now are separated by 12 seconds. And he's some 24 seconds behind.
And onto the grass.
There spins! Oh, hear the crowd roar! They're delighted.
Ooh.
What happened? He just lost it there.
And somebody has gone off.
Oh, wow. Boy, that was not a small hit.
It's must have given the team heart failure.
It means to say that the Ferraris have got the hard work to do.
And he just needs to concentrate and keep his concentration up, because if not, one's going to cross the line.
Well, there you can see the gap.
They're about half a minute behind.
With a clear track in front of him, the opportunity to pull away even further. And before very much longer, I expect him to have a commanding cushion.
The top three can come into the pits, change tyres, get out on track and retain their position. So they will still retain the top 3 steps of the podium.
What a frantic opening 9 laps.
And he's some 24 seconds behind.
Trying to get close, trying to get the toe.
And this surely is it. And going through.
Now, almost in the slipstream. He's not quite close enough. Well, he's picked up the toe there. He's getting close.
He's starting a charge.
Whoops, and he's overcooked that one. I hope he hasn't stalled the engine doing that.
He got a good run with the back markers.
And now we are on lap 11, and there is the race leader. And look at the gap.
There is the first one to come in early. Now, is it going to be a good stop?
Steady, boys, take your time.
There, anyway, is the race leader. Out on his own, some 21 seconds ahead.
And he can afford to take it easy. He has eased off a bit now. He just needs to concentrate and keep his concentration up, because it's not one to cross the line, and the track is still treacherous.
Looking at the tires on this car, both the front and the rear, and they look to be marking up a bit, but of course it's a very, very abrasive track.
Still on the original tires which he started this race, is leading here.
I get the impression that he is not lapping quite as quickly now as he was 10 laps ago, and he's had a clear run for a few laps, and he's struggling.
And right up behind him and surely about to take it. He's starting a charge. And there's somebody in the pit.
And here he comes.
Onto the grass. What an absolutely fantastic passing manoeuvre.
He was perfectly placed on the straight for getting a good toe.
Ooh.
Spin turns, and the lead is surely about to change. The pneumatic hammers go on. The wheel nuts are undone. That notice being held out is to remind him to keep the brake on. The mechanics are clear. The wheels are changed.
And on the soft tyres, they've put him on soft. And there's another excellent pit stop.
Tremendous view from the onboard camera.
And look at this. Tries to come through on the inside.
No, closes the door. That's it, in our face, slam.
Comes back on the inside.
Wow.
Relentless in his pursuit to get by.
And now they're starting to carve their way through the field.
and the Ferrari mechanics are all in the pit lane in a tyre changing mode. And you can see there into the pit.
So the tyre changes are fast and furious now. And the lead is about to change. It's all changing at the front. It's a fascinating race already.
Nice and control, boys.
Front right on, front left on, and away he goes. Super stop.
Spinning his wheels as he goes to get those new tyres warmed up as quickly as possible.
But he does make that pit stop work.
Here is race leader, well up now amongst the tail enders.
Got a little bit of a suck from the hole in the air from the toe, and this is the challenge.
Right together.
Oh, they're doing a side-by-side job. Oh,
And wow, he goes through.
everybody emerged unscathed.
On his way to the chicane.
So they really are pushing these tyres to the limit.
With the advantage of new rubber, is absolutely flying.
And off he goes.
Oh, big impact.
Into one of those barriers. You'll probably find he has a deranged suspension.
We're in good shape to save some fuel where you can with higher gears and slight early lift. There's a long way to go in this race. Let's look after those front tyres.
again. Now, spinning off
Big impact.
This is a bit of a coming together.
into one of those barriers.
A little bit of front wing, I think, came off.
Well, here's the sensational development. The man you're looking at in third position. Lap 18. There is the gap, nearly 30 seconds. Notice the twitch of the car, and he's chasing very hard. And he's certainly pressing on.
And he's closer than ever.
On lap 19.
Absolutely incredible pace.
Trying to get close, trying to get the toe.
We're going to have a battle very shortly for second place.
Now almost in the slipstream. He's not quite close enough.
Goes over the line to complete 19 laps.
Goes wide. Oh, look at this.
And onto the grass. What an incredible recovery.
That is one of the Ferraris going out sort of mowing or parking.
Has got this eternal problem of turbulence from the car ahead.
So the turbulence certainly a problem. It's good on the straight because the hole in the air helps pull the Ferrari along, but when we get to the corners he's got big problems. He's close so he can't see very well.
They're about half a minute behind.
Back with the leader. They had to build a special car for him because his feet are so big that they had to make a special front bulkhead to accommodate him.
We learn something new every day.
good shape here. That was a really good stint. We think a lot of the cars will need to stop. We are doing well.
A little bit of a twitch there.
We're getting up towards half distance. My goodness, doesn't time fly when you're enjoying yourself?
Whoops. Oof. See the car understeering a bit there as he went in, and of course that's the enemy of speed. It's the comfier way to drive a car, but it's not the quick way.
And onto the grass and off.
He may have remembered the previous incident going into that very corner.
There is the race leader.
And they are now close enough, though, that, of course, a pit stop from Ferrari and any minor problem, it only needs to be minor, turning their cars round, and this could easily be reversed.
The prediction was for 3 stops would be the popular choice. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, I think what these guys are doing is reacting to tyre wear, wondering whether or not to change strategy from 3 to 2 stop or from 2 to 3 stop. They're looking at the tyre wear post the first stop. The team's engineers and the Pirelli engineers will look at the tyres, scrutinise the tyres on those first set, and then try and figure out how far they can push the tyres for the second stint.
But this race now is going to be, for the time being anyway, more about tactics than speed. And it will be very interesting to see what becomes of the early tyre stoppers.
Comes into the pits.
To the pit stop by Ferrari there.
Now, let's look at this stop. So we'll stop now. And the men on the left rear are panicked, you see. That was trying to do it too quickly.
The interesting thing in this race is going to be when they change cars.
Into the chicane, completing lap 23. We are on the 24th lap now. How long is it going to be before he comes in to change tyres?
If he really wanted to win this race, I'm sure he should have gone last time as he went past the slicks, because he's got a gamble. two back markers having their own personal battle.
And the crowd rise. So what's happening?
Quite honestly, that was a self-inflicted error.
Taking risks with back markers, finally tripped himself up.
And the Ferrari mechanics are all in the pit lane.
Arguably too late, but better now than leaving it a few more laps.
Now, let's watch very carefully.
I have to say, in general, the standard of tyre changing by the crews has been extremely high in this race.
Lap 25.
Nice and control, boys. You've done it 1,000 times and they do it very, very fast. And there's another excellent pit stop.
And I wouldn't mind betting that he's gone onto a soft compound.
Now we're with third Faceman.
The one thing that the driver really hates when he's coming up to lap back markers is the horrible sight of two back markers having their own personal battle, because they don't look in their mirrors when they're busy fighting with each other.
What are we watching here?
And look at that gaggle of traffic ahead.
Tremendous view from the onboard camera.
He got a good run with the back markers.
Classic overtaking manoeuvre.
Now almost in the slipstream. He's not quite close enough.
That he got a bit wide.
There spins! Oh, hear the crowd roar! What happened? He just lost it there.
Let's have another look at it now. This might show it better.
It runs very wide.
And there's the replay spin.
Going almost up to the Armco.
Difficult to overtake here.
Oh, a little bit of a twitch there.
I don't think he'd go like that. That was weaving.
Closes right up. You can see him going through on the right, and he goes through.
So the Ferraris are fastest.
Race. Let's look after those front tyres.
All setting personal bets as the fuel load starts to come off the cars. These guys don't seem to be doing anything to preserve tyres.
And he's certainly pressing on. and he's some 24 seconds behind.
And we're watching that because he started to gain ground.
Yeah, engineering came on the radio a little earlier on and advised you are a full second faster again through that middle sector.
Lap 28.
And look at that traffic ahead.
He moves over, he knows his manners. And here is race leader. He's changed tyres just once.
The Ferrari is certainly managing its tyres better.
He's probably on strategy for this two-stop strategy that I'm sure these guys are going to try and pull off.
And as always, making his tyres, stretching
Last
the use
longer,
of his
yeah,
tyres.
yeah.
And you can see there into the pit. Now, is it going to be a good stop?
Now, let's watch very carefully.
Front right on, front left on, and away. He stopped.
That's just what you don't want.
It's a very slow stop.
Yeah.
This is lap 29.
Well, because of the looking after tyres, the leading group seems to be seesawing a little bit. He's back on the road, and that is a competent stop.
Race leader on lap 29. On lap 30.
did medium soft, and he may go to the end, but he's very ambitious, but he may from the tire choice point of view.
But I tell you what that radio transmission highlights is A, how all the engineers and drivers are looking at each other, but also they're not sure what's happening. So it's all very much a second guess game what everybody is doing in these closing laps.
"12 laps to go. 11 next time past the flag stand."
He's starting a charge.
Oh, look at these two here.
So look at this on the inside.
And he got him.
Almost banging wheels.
What a difference in performance.
And look at this.
And the Ferrari mechanics are all in the pit lane in a tyre changing mode. They know that the Grand Prix is going to be decided by them on current form. Well, the mechanics must be really sweaty.
The race leader coming into the pits for what could be an absolutely critical pit stop. If he can close, he will be in a position to take the lead.
So this is the important one. Will he get out ahead or behind?
What a marvellous prospect that holds out for us.
Nice clean stop by Ferrari.
He's back on the road.
Why aren't we looking at him? Here he is.
My goodness, he must have heard me.
And this surely is it. Yes, half he goes.
10 laps remaining.
Goes wide.
And he's off.
He should be able to get past.
And here he comes.
Wow. Now things are really getting hot in Japan.
Well, all of a sudden, the race, which had become slightly static, has burst into flame. And there's somebody in the pit having his boots changed. And it'll take a little while to get the tyres up to race temperature. Well and truly on his way for his second Grand Prix victory.
Oh, wow.
Quite honestly, that was a self-inflicted error.
Very uncharacteristic there, but he did his best to hang on. You saw him get off the line, and it was just eking out. He almost went off, but was able to hold it on and minimise the damage.
So I spoke a bit too soon in being so laudatory.
Hand onto the grass.
It is lap 34.
Still in front, but only just.
Turned in a bit tight, got a bit of a mess, and off the road.
Hand onto the grass.
That's the leader.
And that was unfortunate. That was really a mistake of concentration there. Little slip of concentration. It hasn't cost him a lot. It's just cost him one place on the road.
Yes, this extremely fast pace has really caused havoc.
This is going to be an interesting challenge.
Now, less than 2 seconds ahead.
You can do this. You've got the speed in the car, the pace is there, and he's just proved it right.
Which is turning out to be such a brilliant race. Forcing hard now.
This is all nail-biting stuff.
Ferrari running wide.
Oh, wow, 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 wow.
Here's a replay.
Now, and watch for the back kick.
Got a bit of a mess, and
Incredible recovery.
that was unfortunate.
He just lost it there.
So the turbulence certainly a problem.
That may well decide the Grand Prix.
With his engine full of dust.
He'll pick up a lot of stones driving through the gravel trap there.
Now he's got to regain that lost ground. That'll be a problem for him. Gather himself up and try and mount another attack.
Could still do it, but catching he might be able to do. Get past he might well not be able to do if the car is running as it seems to be.
cars in front are 8 seconds ahead.
Goes wide.
Whoops.
And now, spinning off, there was a contact into one of those barriers. And that is a very significant happening.
As all the Italians here will be who are watching the Ferrari, that his suspension was not deranged by that coming together.
And now he's got to regain that lost ground.
So is leading by about 11 seconds.
Oh my God.
And thank heaven, what an incredible recovery.
They're on lap 39.
So they crossed the line last time, 9 seconds adrift.
Three laps.
Into lap 40.
The clouds are getting lower, but the spots of rain have not developed.
We don't have a good view from here of the weather. The drivers have a good view. They go around the circuit, they can see all points, they look at the clouds.
Goes wide.
And he's off.
And he's spun into one of those Armco barriers.
I hope he hasn't stalled the engine.
We'll know at this point that his chances really are over. But he won't give up. He's going to give it his absolute best. He'll do the best thing he possibly can, and that's charge, try and make every single lap of the remainder of this race faster than the lap before.
This is lap 41.
There's this one and the next one to go.
It's only 1.5 laps to go now.
Now we begin the final lap.
And it is starting to rain, possibly.
Yes, so all looks well. I think we can just about coast around now. Let's hope that he's got the fuel there. And really, it's been a wonderful drive.
And now can cruise home and short of trouble, cruise home to his Grand Prix win.
In third position, he's really charging. He looks as though he's starting to catch.
He's nearly caught him.
This is an absolutely sensational race.
Putting on a brilliant display here.
What I'd like to see, a young driver giving it everything all the way to the end of the race.
Okay to race, but don't do anything stupid.
Over the line now.
He was perfectly placed on the straight, getting a good tow behind the Ferrari.
Up to the chicane and right up behind him. Down to the last corner. And he's in trouble.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Over the line now.
And the rain is really starting to come down here.
Absolutely incredible track, incredible racing.
He didn't do anything spectacular in the opening laps, but played himself in well, looked after his tyres, and then he started to apply the pressure slowly, relentlessly.
An absolutely masterly bit of driving.
Marvellous drive, a race that was very hard on attrition.